So it's Johnny Bradley from Mods of Your Generation with the Deep Six, asking them about the new EP. Over to you, Mr. Bond.
Now yesterday's.
So tell us about the new EP. What?
Yeah, well, I suppose after we've put out 4 singles and 2 albums so far, which is all original material, which is what we're mainly about. At this point in time, we thought it'd be nice to actually record some of the covers during the set, some of the songs that have probably influenced some of the background of the band over the years. So they're all songs that feature in the live set, but we've done studio recordings of them. So the EP is called All Our Yesterdays, and it features Pleasant Valley Sunday, which was originally done by the Monkeys, My Mind's Eye with the Small Faces, High Time Baby, which Spencer Davis Group did, and Crawling Up a Hill, which was John Mayall's Blues Breakers, but also quite interesting because that was a favourite cover that Making Time, which of course Sid and Neil played in, used to play on a regular basis.
I wouldn't go as far as to say favourite.
A favourite of the crowd, maybe not a favourite of Neil's.
What made you choose the tracks? Because it must have been really difficult to boil everything you've loved down.
It's because these are the songs that we've played in our live set really over the last few years.
So the basis you rollers didn't get looking though?
Oh, Shangri-La, yeah. Well, essentially, because the EP's got a very sort of 60s feel to it, a 60s theme running through it, Shangri-La wouldn't ideally fit, because that's about 1973 or 4, isn't it?
That's right, yeah.
So it would have been out of place. So yeah, we stuck with those 4, which I thought were pretty good.
Worked really, really well.
Well, I certainly enjoyed doing them anyway.
And Paul Beauvoir of the Jet Set did the artwork, and it's very kind of influenced by Revolver.
Yes.
So,
no one's going to have to think very hard about where that sleeve came from.
Well, I can't comment on that because men who live in glass houses.
But I think that's
15 points again.
That's
15-point differences.
a lot of our record covers, which Paul's doing. I mean, they're almost pieces of artwork in themselves.
They are fantastic.
It's fantastic work and that. So, hopefully people will buy it for the art as well as the music.
It's actually an honour to have him do it because he's quite highbrow now. I mean, he works for RCA, he contracts out for RCA stuff. So, like all the latest Elvis Philharmonic albums and stuff, that's all Paul's work. Bowie stuff and all little box sets and collections. He's all over the place. You've probably got some Paul Beauvoir stuff in your home right now, don't you realise? You know what I mean? He's everywhere.
I think obviously the songs are covers, but listening to it, I felt like even though they were known songs, you sort of put your own spin on it. Is that something that did you want to exactly get it right, or just was it good for you to put your own little spin?
I think it's a combination of the two, really, isn't it? I mean, we want to do them justice because they're amazing songs anyway. So obviously we want to do the music justice and the originals justice, but we can't help but put our sound on it. It is what we do.
And also,
and obviously playing them live so often, well, not so often, but we've honed them live, so we kind of have that sound down anyway. So hopefully it comes across that it's what you hear on the record is very similar to what you hear on stage.
Yeah.
And also, there's no point in doing them word for word, the same as the originals, because you can just listen to the originals. So we do try and add our bit,
And it's what we hear from the record labels, it's selling really well. It seems to be really popular out there, getting some good radio play. And it's been a nice interlude for us because April we start recording the 3rd album. There'll be 1 or 2 more singles and the album out by the end of this year as well.
And can we expect something different, or is it
Yeah, I think so. From what we've rehearsed so far, I think there'll be a few tracks maybe that aren't as expected from previous work. So yeah, I think so.
Then sometimes you have to be a little brave. Like, I don't know if you've had a chance to hear the cover version of My Mind's Eye, but have you heard it yet?
No.
Well, in the closing passages, there's a bloody orchestra on it, which isn't on the original.
Yeah.
Well, you have to listen to it. I think it's lovely. I think it works really well.
I think that's what you're going to do. You need to do is, if you are covering a song, especially one that's well known and everyone knows, you got to put your own spin, because it almost feels then listening it's a completely different song, but also it's familiar as well.
That's true.
They were fun to record.
They were, weren't they?
But if nobody likes the orchestra or the stuff on the end of My Mind's Eye, I won't take blame because it was his idea. It was Niall's idea.
It's not my idea.
It's like me, sir, no, not I, sir.
But of course, if you love it, it's still my idea.
And I think
it does sound really good. I'm really pleased with it. Everyone I've heard it that I know.
As a fan as well, you want to know what the band that you like and listen to likes, Do you know what I mean? Because then you can see where they're getting their influences from.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might say, "Oh, I've never actually heard that band." If they're listening to it, then I'm going to go and listen to it.
with other music, doesn't it? And I think
Yeah.
that's really important to keep it fresh, to keep people coming back to the scene.
Opens up so much more. So what do you think of the Tip Top Pop Show? How was it?
That was great fun. Great fun to do. Yeah, really enjoyed it. It's a great thing that he's got going
It's a
on.
breath of fresh air, actually. I mean, we're talking about our session here now, all the stuff that you've already.
Just in general.
Well, in general, it's a
and
great
being part of
idea.
it.
As I say, it's nice to get up and coming unsigned bands on there and to get people seeing there is another form of music out there apart from what you see on the mainstream media and TV. You know?
Yes.
And hopefully we'll see. Hopefully everybody, watch it.
Championing proper bands again,
grow,
isn't it? Really, which is great.
And bands need a platform like this.
That's it.
They really do.
Yeah.
So, it's that symbiotic relationship, isn't it? We're very, very grateful to have the opportunity to play stuff like that.
Definitely.
And it keeps
That's right. I think
bands interested. It keeps fans interested.
because things go
Maybe
forward. You get more and more, I suppose, dance type music out there in the charts. Plus your established bands from years ago, and there's fewer and fewer opportunities for bands now making original music to get their songs out there. So any help here is always gratefully received by bands such as ourselves.
People that are listening to music now, if you're presented with that type of music that's all on TV, then that's what you're naturally going to listen to. If your friends listen to it, you listen to it. So I think doing the Tip Top Pop Show, and obviously my page was Mods of your generation. If you see if it's out there and people are sharing it and it might influence them to get into, do you know what I mean? Rather than just following the crowd and.
We have a thing with the Deep Six. Anyone who comes to see us live, or anyone who buys our records, seems to really, really like us.
Yeah.
The problem we have is actually getting people to come and see us play or to buy the records, because we know once they have, they'll like us and they'll be a fan and they'll carry on with us. But it's trying to get those opportunities to build that critical mass, really. And the music industry these days, it's getting narrower and narrower. So you've only got those sort of half a dozen regular artists out there being promoted. And if people don't know you exist, they can't buy your music.
And I think now as well, there's so many other platforms, social media, you need to be on everything, and it's difficult to try and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Reach out to people and say, come and like my page,
Absolutely.
hopefully buy my album, do you know what I mean?
Such a massive kind of range of social media, and even within something like Facebook, where would you click?
Yeah.
There's so many options, and when you're confronted with options, you tend to stick to what you know, don't you?
Yeah.
I think that's a problem with a lot of the kind of music medium. Whatever the era, there's always been crap in the charts. There's always been stuff that has been pushed by the record companies because it will sell, because of the pretty boys and pretty girls put them up on stage, and they're going to appeal to a certain audience. They want to make money. It's a business.
Manufacture.
Anybody who is into music will always find a way to find things, and it's through things like this. It's through things like your site, and it's through things like this page, this show, that people will find a way to new music, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah. Me and Rick have had a few disagreements on musical taste. But for me, I just love music, whether you want to call it mod or you want to call it whatever. Do you know what I mean? So I think I can't pinpoint my actual genre of music that I listen to everything, because like we were talking about earlier, it depends on how you feel at that time. It depends on the moment, it depends on what you've done yesterday and how what you're doing at the time listening to it. And I think that's why I set up my site, is that I like music and I want other people to hear good music. I mean, having you guys obviously do this interview is quite good, so hopefully people will seize on the Tip Top, and obviously then it'll be towards your page, and
that's it.
That'd be great. Yeah, big help that. Thank you.
Any questions, Rick?
And it's a case of everyone's looking at me to say, like, now can we go? I'm just dead pleased you're here, that's it.
It's a pleasure, it's good fun as well.
Yeah,
really, really good.
looking forward to seeing the edited results.
The cogs in my head were going, as soon as Den and Dave said to me, do you want to do this Tip Top Pop Show? What was going in my head was like, I know, I'm getting on the phone too. On the same day I was like, unmissable. Paul?
Yeah, no, you did, yeah, that's right. Got this idea, yeah. Fantastic.
That is, thank you.